Hey guys, it's Allie, and in today's video, I want to share my personal pros and cons about being an adult doll collector. So there are definitely some pros about being able to have that label and just the lifestyle of growing up and collecting dolls rather than when you're a kid. So I want to talk about the best and worst parts of it. So let's start with a little bit of controversy, the cons. I think the biggest con from my experience of being an adult collector or a teenage collector is that it is so easy to spend your money. Now, if you have no sense of self-control like myself, when you get a paycheck, it's just oh, this is going towards dolls, and saving can be quite hard. For me, I still live at home and I don't really want a car because, oh my god, there's so many fees that come with having a car, and as much as I do know that I should be saving to eventually move out and get my own place, in the moment it's yes, but I could have instant satisfaction right now if I buy a doll compared to saving for something bigger later in life. So besides the likelihood that as an older collector, you are probably employed, whether it is being self-employed through YouTube, Etsy, having a job like I work during the summers, having a paycheck come in makes it a lot easier to have that money to spend, and having things like a credit or debit card also make it easier to spend money because it's just so convenient. Rather, when you're a kid, you're piling up all your money in your piggy bank and you don't really have a job, so you don't get income as often, and then buying a doll and doll related things is a lot more of a treat. Hopefully that makes sense. Another con about being an older collector is that it can be a bit harder to find friends who relate to your hobby. When you were little, like me, I played with Barbies all the time when I was little. I would go to my friends' houses and we would play Barbies, talk about the new Barbie movie. It was so easy to find people in real life who are part of that community. Now, I am grateful to be living in a time with social media and the internet because I have been able to find a lot of people, including some of you guys who are watching this video, who are also into dolls at an older age. And it's nice not to feel alone for having your hobby. However, finding people in real life can be a little bit more challenging. Now, because of social media, I have been able to attend meetups with local collectors in my area. I even have this one friend who I think we first met in 2017, and now we go to the same university and we even took classes together, which has been awesome. So I've been lucky enough to have a few real life friends who are super into dolls, but it's definitely a lot harder to do as an older collector than compared to a child. And if you do have real life doll friends, it's most likely just one or two compared to when you were a kid and all of your friends love dolls. In fact, not a lot of my friends when I was younger even played with American Girl dolls. A lot of my friends had them, got scared of them, and put them in the closet. So really sad, but it means that they do not mind getting rid of them and selling them to you. And one doll in my collection came from exactly that situation. The next con is compared to when you're younger, you have a lot less time to just sit around and do doll related activities. During the school year, I'm obviously prioritizing school and extracurricular activities, and it can be really hard to just have time to sit down with my dolls. In fact, lately I've been out honestly 5 or 6 nights a week, and having time to even just come home to chill is very hard for me these days, let alone finding time to, dress my dolls, film a video with my dolls, take photos, any of that. When I was younger, homework was a lot easier and I wasn't as busy, so I'd be able to come home and maybe hang out with friends while playing with dolls, or take time out of my day to play with them or set up a scene. But nowadays, obviously I still love my collection, it's just hard to find the time to do activities like sewing for my dolls or filming a video, kind of as I said earlier. So that's one thing that's definitely harder about being an adult. Of course, that depends on, your job. Do you work for yourself with your own hours? Are you working a 9-to-5 type of thing? But yeah, that's the point, I guess. Another con is more so, I guess, if you're a teen than an adult, because I hope adults would be mature enough not to do this, but there is possible harassment for liking dolls, or people being like, you're weird for liking dolls. Now, this is definitely something I experienced as a teenager, and as an adult, people are, at least from my experience in terms of college, more accepting of it. In fact, I even found a friend who used to be super into AGTube, and we went to the American Girl store together. But aside from that, there definitely are some weird comments I've gotten more so in person about liking dolls, and more so high school, I guess, because it's super judgy. It's just not seen as as socially normal as other hobbies would be. Are you into Minecraft? Okay, that's fine, that's popular. But dolls and you're in college. Is that kind of weird? So yeah, it's definitely kind of related to finding people who do that hobby, but it's a bit harder to, I guess, have your hobby be understood. And this last one was suggested by my friends, and it is true. Getting stares in public by holding a doll. I have taken doll photos in public places before. I've had some interactions. I've had people look at me. It's definitely like something you don't see every day. They're like, is this your doll? I'll like go and buy an American Girl item and people are like, do you want a gift receipt for that? Probably thinking it's for like a kid or something and not for myself. But stares are something you do have to experience liking dolls at an older age, which sucks. But if we make doll collecting as an adult a bit more like socially acceptable, I'm sure this issue wouldn't happen as much. Now, all of the negatives aside, let's talk about some of the pros about being an older collector. Similar to my first con, the first pro is that you can spend your own money rather than relying on others. When I was a kid, if I wanted an American Girl doll, pretty much everything I bought came through my parents because I didn't have a lot of money. So a lot of the times it'd be like, no, you can't get a doll. You already have an American Girl doll. That's enough for you. And it's a lot harder to save up to get things like dolls as well. So being able to have a paycheck and get a doll without having to rely on getting my parents' permission to buy something and things like that, it's a lot easier. So that's a blessing and a curse pretty much. And similar to that, you can buy whatever you want as an older collector, because I have 24 dolls right now, which is not necessarily good. My parents sometimes will still be like, another doll? Don't you have enough dolls? And I'm like, yeah, but like, you see, it's not your money's, it's my decision. My very clearly smart financial decision to buy another doll. So there's that. And then another good pro is that you can customize dolls without requiring parental supervision. I grew up watching channels like My Froggy Stuff, and I still do love My Froggy Stuff if I'm completely honest. And a lot of crafts they would do or doll customizations would have, make sure to get help from a parent or make sure to have a parent's permission before doing severe customizations like taking out your doll's eyes and things like that. So being able to just be like, I'm just gonna take off my doll's wig one evening on a whim, which I have definitely done and honestly regretted sometimes, it's a nice feeling. And not that my parents would have been that invested in dolls. I guess by the time I was like, okay, I think I'm ready to customize a doll, I was a teenager, so I wasn't necessarily a kid. But even with Barbie dolls as a kid, I never really customized them till I got older because I was like way too scared. I don't even know how my parents would react if I'm like, can I like take my doll's eyes out? Being able to kind of, you know, have your own collection, do whatever you want with your dolls, it's definitely nice when it comes to being an adult collector. So I hope this video gave you a bit of a taste of my own experience as a collector, some pros, some cons, and you know, just a nice little chatty type of video. Let me know your experience in the comments down below of being a teen or an adult collector and how it compares to being a child and things like that, what you like, what you dislike, some opportunities being older gives you and things like that. If that even makes sense, I don't know. I have an outline, but I feel like this video has gotten really ranty. Hopefully I do a good job editing this. Anyways, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more doll related videos, and of course, have an amazing day, and I will see you guys soon with a new video. Bye!